From last-minute winners to a tough Borough test. Another crazy week. Welcome back to Where the Superhoops Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Jawad and Michael talking all things QPR, including this week's A to Z. Jawad, how's that QPR rollercoaster this week?
Yeah. I think again before that West Brom game, I think we all would have taken 6 points at the start of the week. I think we have to really remember that at all times. So I'm not surprised that it's ended up with six points. Borough for me were the best team that we've played. The first half especially, they could have scored more than the two that they did. And sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say like every player would have had to have been at 8, 9, or 10 probably. And there were a number of players that were nowhere near that level yesterday. So it's a bit easier to take than the Derby defeat or the Norwich defeat. And there were things that hopefully the managers learn again. But yeah, we can't grumble too much.
Yeah, definitely. I also must have missed the stadium backdrop memo. No one told me about that. So you both got the same. I'll try remember that for next week. Right, what do you think, Michael? The Borough lost. I mean, Borough, they had a bit of a wobble when obviously Ed was left, but they got a new manager now, and they are a top team in the division.
Yeah, I think they've got to be favourites to get automatic promotion. I think them and Coventry are both formidable sides this year. We went into the game probably not as defensive as what I would have liked. We know how dangerous Morgan Whittaker can be, and yeah, it was a bit of a learning curve. They were the better team by far on Saturday, but overall, I think we had a good week. 6 points out of 9, like Jawad said, we'll take that, and we go into next week against Leicester, feeling confident that we can beat them.
Yeah, definitely. There seems to be a bit of a pattern forming where the top opposition in the league, the top 6, let's call it currently, they're the teams that the QPR are struggling a little bit against. They're getting some good results against the middle of the park and the relegation candidates, but coming up against the likes of Borough, Coventry, Ipswich, that's where it's been a little bit of a struggle. What do you think, Jawad? What does the approach need to be different? Does it need to be a little bit more defensive set up? What would you think needs to change to be able to compete with that sort of echelon of the league?
I think the manager spoke after the game yesterday and said that obviously they were the best team that he's seen. And what I liked about his interview was he said, I think we play them again in March, he said. So he's already looked at when we're playing them again and thinking, right, next time we play them, we need to be more competitive. And I think he really likes attacking football. I think he loves the two up top. But I think there has to come a time where he's going to have to sacrifice that, and he's going to have to put a Hayden in there. He's going to have to put Kieran Morgan in there. And I think the two central midfielders, pretty much every game, they're up against the opposition who play 3 in the midfield. So they're outnumbered every week. They've done really well, especially Madsen. But I don't think they came off against West Brom. I think they both played 90 minutes against Birmingham. So to expect them to do the same again, probably against the best midfield in the league, in my opinion, Hackney's by far and away the best midfielder I've seen. I think he was probably expecting too much from Madsen and Varane. I think Varane's performances are a little bit too inconsistent. And it's funny because I thought in those bigger games, we have that sort of mentality of player that would really rise to the occasion. But like you say, Borough, Coventry, Ipswich, Southampton to an extent, we've just been outclassed. And I think the manager's post-match interview gave me hope that he's kind of learning from it. I think Leicester on Saturday could be a similar game, although they've not had a great season. They've got that quality of player that can cause us problems. So it'll be interesting to see how he alters things. But I think it's something that he's already got his eye on. I think he's a clever enough manager to kind of think, right, I've got to adapt somehow.
Yeah, the comments about already know when you're going to play him again, it does make you think that he's already thinking, right, we've got a different approach. What do you think, Michael? Is a different approach needed against these type of teams?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think it's one of those where every team we need to adapt and change every game. But I think the comment about winning against the teams around us, I think that we can take that as a positive. I think it's something that we've not done consistently for the last few years. And I think if we beat those teams around us and below us, we'll do well. We're not going to beat the top teams this season. But going forward, I think it puts us in good step to be confident going into the games against teams that are struggling or that are doing as well as us. And I think like Jawad was saying, we need to be more adaptable, change the game, sacrifice the formation for the sake of the game. But overall, I take it as a positive, really. I think if we keep on beating the teams around us, we'll do well this season. And going forward into next, we'll do well.
Yeah, it's a balance, isn't it? Because you still want to have your identity and play the way you want to play, but it's just also having that sort of humble attitude, maybe slightly against certain opposition. Which it doesn't mean that you have to look at them they're better than QPR. It just means that you need to set up slightly differently. So it's kind of that sort of put your ego to the side a little bit and go, right, no, we need to concentrate and play it this certain type of way. I think that's something important.
And I think in all of those games, we've started really, really slowly as well. And Borough yesterday hit us like a train. Ipswich similar as well, scored really early, I think it was, wasn't it, right at the start of the game. Coventry the same. So I think there's something about just going there and just seeing out that first 20 minutes. And then I think we can build on that. But I think we just start so open. Borough got through 2 or 3 times yesterday in the first 5 or 10 minutes. And I think they just need to be a bit more pragmatic and just, like I say, see out that first 20 minutes and grow into a game. Don't think you can go there straight away and start playing your attacking football. I think he would have learned a lot yesterday.
Oh, definitely. Talking about it being a little bit open against Borough, the Conway, how did he not score? The fullback, Michael, what a tackle!
Yeah, and Benge got in there, last-ditch tackle. I think it shows that side to him that we don't often see. We see him putting in a bit of a dangerous tackle, being a bit rough. But it was a fantastic tackle, and I think that's where his pace comes into use as well. And I think it shows technically how good he is as a defender. And he's still I think he's only 23 as well, so he'll do well for us for years to come, I think.
Yeah, brilliant tackle. It was definitely a highlight from the weekend. We got to get. I ain't going to make you wait any longer, Jawad. Let's talk about it. The last minute winner. What was the feelings? What were the goosebumps like?
I was feeling really, really rough on Tuesday, and on a normal day, I would have stayed off work and been at home, but I just had to be at that game. So dragged myself into work, got through the day, and then when Patrick Roberts equalised, I think it was, wasn't it, in the 93rd minute, I was fuming. I was like, I've just put myself through a day of work. I went and sat a little bit further back to be near the exit, to make a quick exit, and then Morgan pops up with a winner. And I don't think I've seen scenes like it at QPR for quite a long time. I don't remember many games where we've conceded in the 90th minute plus and then scored a winner. So and against Birmingham was really, really sweet. I think we deserved it. But to have a moment like that, I think it can only help confidence and belief, and that kind of desire that the manager's trying to get into the team, that you just keep on going, you keep going. And even yesterday at 3-0 down, I think QPR from the start of the season, QPR of last season, would have gone on to lose that game 5, 6 or 7-0. And actually they come back to 3-1 and kind of could have nicked another one at times. So I think the Birmingham game just showed that mentality that they're going to keep on pushing.
Definitely, the character showed. I mean, Michael, when that goal goes in at 93rd minute from Patrick Roberts, I think it was. What are you thinking? What's your head like? Is your head gone at that point?
Well, I think it's normal to think just typical QPR. We've been the better team, and then to concede so late on, it was definitely a down moment. But we picked ourselves up straight away, and obviously that goal. I mean, Beadle seemed to have popped on wrists for the goal, but it was just absolute scenes. And under the lights at Loftus Road, there's no better feeling than a last-minute winner right at the death when we thought we got robbed, and it was just great. It's great to come home from.
Special. Let's hope for another special game against Leicester, Jawad. That's the next team coming to Loftus Road. What do we expect, and what is your score predictions?
Yeah, I think 3 weeks ago I would have not been surprised if they had changed their manager, but they seem to have just picked up a little bit of form in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've obviously got really good players, a talented squad, especially going forward. I think a week's rest is needed for us, and hopefully we'll have people like Harvey Vale back as well, maybe to add an extra option. I think we're capable of winning the game. We'll have to be at our best though. I think the one position where I think players really need to step up is the wide positions. You've got Saito, you've got Smith, you've got Dembele. They've all had minutes recently, and none of them seem to have done enough to kind of guarantee a place. They've all kind of, in my opinion, been a little bit underwhelming recently. So I think those players need to step up. I don't think Chair's going to be back in time, but I think it'll be an exciting game. I'm going to go 3-2 win.
Well, goals galore.
Goals, yeah.
Like it, Michael. What are you expecting, mate? And what's your score predictions? Are we expecting as many goals as that?
Well, I think it'll be a nice atmosphere on Saturday. I think that bitterness that we're going to have with Cifuentes when he returns with Leicester, and I don't know how well they're going to do, and I don't know what the reception is going to be like, because obviously he did save us that season, but the way he left, I think there will be a bit of animosity in there. The players are going to be up for it. The fans are going to be up for it. We're going to get on top of the team, and I can see us coming home with the 3 points. I reckon a 2-0 win.
That. Clean sheet as well. That's that'll be very good. Very good.
One day it'll be right.
Either way, as long as it's a win, who cares about the score? That's it. Fun. Right, we're on to our A to Z feature, and we're flying through them, aren't we? We're on to the letter J now. And Jawad, as I said, you can't be yourself, mate. So who have you got, or what have you got for the letter J for QPR?
Another one that came to me really, really quickly, actually. It has to be Ray Jones. He was a young player. Came into the team in 2005-06 season, and straight away you could just see what an amazing talent he was. He was 6'4". He had a brilliant touch, was good in the air. He had that kind of confident swagger as well, and I think he would have gone on to play in the Premier League, maybe even international football. But unfortunately, 2007 had a car accident and died along with two of his friends. And I think it came a year after another young player at QPR had been stabbed, Kyan Prince, and kind of hit everyone at the club really, really hard to lose two players that would have been the future of the club. But Ray Jones had broken into the first team, and there were Premier League clubs looking at him. And yeah, he's someone that kind of, when you first saw him, you thought he's going to be some player. I can remember a last-minute goal he scored away at Cardiff. We were struggling, I think, in the league, and Cardiff were top. And he pops up with a 90th minute winner, and I was watching it at home on the sofa. I don't think I've ever screamed as loud. Yeah, so I think the number 31 shirt is retired at QPR in his name, and he's someone that sort of our generation of fan will remember for a long time.
That's a special one. Yeah, definitely. Michael, what about yourself, mate? Who or what have you got for a QPR letter J?
Yeah, I think aside from Ray Jones, a player beginning with J would only be Jermaine Jenas, so it'd be difficult to really talk about him for his time at QPR. I'm going to go for Jersey as my word. I know it's a bit American, but the iconic blue and white hoops. It's something that historically we are famous for. I think we've got one of the most iconic and noticeable kits in British football, and it's something that just has that identity about us, and something that you're proud. Like we've got nice kits, and I think obviously it's not as can't really go into much more detail than that, but it's just that identity about the club. I think playing in the blue and white kits, the hooped kits, the away kits, it's this identity that we have that I don't think many other teams do, and it's something that makes us unique to other teams as well.
Yeah, love that one. And it actually brings us on nicely to tweet of the week, which I must admit I had to look twice when I saw it. It was a bit of a random tweet. It's from the QPR fan page, not QPR fan page, from the QPR official page themselves. And it is, we have had a shirt printed to announce Peter Odemwingie signing in January 2013. only for it never to be needed. Nearly 13 years later, it's available at auction. Question is, boys, are we bidding on Peter Ogdenwen's QPR shirt? Jared, is it a yes or no from you?
Well, apart from that dildo in the ear moment with the Stoke fans, I think it was, like, the Odemwingie transfer is one of the most iconic deadline day moments, isn't it? Him sitting in the car, the cameras in the car window. I did actually have a look on the auction site, and I was amazed at some of the tat they're still auctioning. There's a Macaulay Bonne cutout from COVID times, signed by Macaulay Bonne for 20 quid. So if anyone's after that, then jump on it. But yeah, I'm not going to be making a bid. But yeah, why not sell it on? Some mad transfer deadline day fan, maybe Jim White fancies it, or yeah, but not for me. Not for me.
So, Michael, how much are we bidding, mate?
Well, that's it. I think it's just a memory for us. And I think, to be fair, the people bidding on it, like Jawad was saying, would be people who probably aren't QPR fans. But that is an iconic moment that brought about one of the best chants we had for a while. But yeah, I think anybody bidding on it is got too much money. But yeah, it's a nice novelty. It's a nice novelty.
Yeah, worth a cheeky 50p, and brilliant. Thank you, boys. Appreciate your time as always. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home. Please like and subscribe, and please get involved in all things QPR.